Welcome back, everyone, to Pandemonium Season 4, Session 7. We're back after our Gen Con break, and we only missed a week, but it felt like a while. But we are back into it with the Gavels of Avasara, who have just pulled off the heist or the robbery, whichever way you want to look at it. Mugging probably is a better way to phrase it, of the century, as they have went after the Reaver group, who had been responsible for transporting a good chunk of the wealth of Grove City. Initially, it was unknown, but the Gavels found that the Reavers were taking it to Vinnick, trading the wealth along with the prisoner for 5 infernal dragon turtle eggs. The Gavels then fought their way through kind of the Reaver ship, disabling it, beating through its defenders, and then made their way infiltrating the ship, breaking through defenses, finding the kind of after breaking through a Mokulin vault, they found the wealth of Grove City, just rows upon rows of gold and silver coins and jewels. Truly, although a good chunk of the wealth of a nation. But that wasn't what caught the Gavel's eye as they opened the vault. They found a man chained to the floor, looking like he's lost a lot of weight recently. It just still with a somewhat regal or at least aristocratic bearing about him. They found Tomino Abe chained to the floor. Wisteria's father. After some back and forth, Wisteria left it to the group to decide whether or not they would free him or not. The group eventually did decide to break the chains and bring him on board the balancing act and set sail or kind of begin to limp their way back to Suvia after taking heavy fire damage from the Reavers of Tawa. And as they set sail, they kind of saw some of the Reaver countermeasures activating as kind of light started flickering in the distance back in the horizon, as presumably Reavers teleported to the ship to try to salvage what could be salvaged. But we're going to pick up back aboard the balancing act. Belric, Wisteria, you guys' knowledge of both sailing, the waters, and kind of the mapping distance between the Suvia know at your current pace. It's going to be a cozy 6 days upon the boat as you all try to sail back home. With that, I'll go to the party. You guys have probably the most wealth you've ever seen aboard the balancing act. Truly just gold upon gold, with get a healthy cut for yourselves as well. I'm not going with a specific question. I'm just going to kind of go around the horn and see how everybody, what's in your PC's mind as this is going through. You found Wisteria's father. You've got enough wealth to fund the rebuilding of Vesuvia or build the building of Vesuvia for the next 4 months, and getting very near to Callistavaria's goal of getting an income from the nation. How are you all feeling? What are you all feeling about finding Tomino Abe and for some reason being Wisteria's father being worth an infernal dragon egg in trade? What's on the group's mind? And feel free, I'll have you guys decide whatever order you all want to go in.
Nothing makes you feel better than other people's problems. So the fact that Wisteria has a sort of struggle that maybe he can even help with possibly means that he can stop thinking about his own problems. So and especially after a successful mission, I think Will is feeling pretty good as long as he doesn't think about the Feywild. Or the Feylands, or sorry, what was it called again? Is there a specific name that we would?
Feylands, but Feywild also works too.
Okay, cool. All right, and my mic. It's not my mic. My headset cut out for a second. How much was the gold that we got again?
So as PCs, you guys took a very small finder's fee, 13,000, so 2,600 apiece.
Gotcha. Thank you. All right. But yeah, so Will, I think, has sort of taken it on himself to sort of, at least on the trip back, is trying not to have Wisteria's father he's struggling tooth and nail to pull his foot out of his mouth, which he continuously does. Like, it seems like every other sentence he says something terrible, and Will is like, listen, man, you gotta chill with that.
Perfect. Who's next?
So last time we went over a lot of like Wisteria's kind of immediate reactions to being confronted by her father's presence. And surprisingly, Crash was helpful in getting her to a better mood somewhat. So we'll see how long that state of mind persists, as now she's working on, well, a couple of things. One is trying to make plans about what we're going to do with him, and if anybody comes and takes an eye on her, they'll see a big pile of crumbled up pieces of paper as she sketches out ideas and tries to predict what we're going to do when we return, and then finds a flaw in that plan and throws it out and starts on a new one. Before she ever gets too overwhelmed by failure in that endeavor, we'll take a break from that, and we'll start. And we'll probably get into this more in like the longer downtime part. But we'll start talking to Elisa about potentially having one of the officers skilled at piloting the balancing act, making it very clear that Wisteria still holds the role of pilot, but in a situation where her hands need to be on her crossbow, or she's otherwise indisposed, having Elisa have the skills necessary to keep the ship on a true course. Using this return journey as sort of the introductory, and also like we're out on the open sea, so you can kind of mostly just showing her how Wisteria operates things, and then once we return and get into the longer downtime, that'll be some of the more practical training, and when we actually get a piloting skill for Elisa. And I'll run this by the rest of the gavel if they have, someone else they think might be a good candidate for this. I know Will has done some training on this front, but he's also very useful in certain combat scenarios. So someone else who's not a part of the leadership, I think, is who's Wisteria's looking to train up.
Nice. All right. Who's next?
I think Belric would be feeling cautiously optimistic. I think in the scheme of things, as you kind of zoom out, his bear was resurrected to an extent. They've got Asuvia. It's next to one of Hira's sanctuaries. And then there's plans for him to potentially return home and maybe save some of his family. So he's feeling as good as he could at this point, but I think there's a level of like kind of paranoia, like something could go wrong, or just knowing how much wealth is on the ship. He's being like very cautious, and he's being very watchful, like mostly spending a lot of time in the crow's nest, making sure that doing his best to kind of scout the surrounding area to make sure no one's coming to intercept them or attack them. So
nice. Who's next?
Spirit, if you want to go.
No, go ahead.
So Crash has two main things on his mind, and that'd be showing pretty well right now. We got red shirts on the ship, right?
You've got red shirts, yeah.
Yeah, so Crash will actually be talking with them for some ideas, not for the main chunk of gold, but some side projects Crash can do for like helping out the people of Kata. Nothing that later on would deserve a scene or anything, but like small things he's just writing down, getting things jotted down, like, oh yeah, a charity event with the Gavel's card game over in one of the neighboring cities. This and that and there. That kind of thing. And he's getting now listed down of like smaller things he can do to really help the community and people of Kata. Whilst also later working on Resuvia. But on top of that, this is something I feel that Callie and Belric for sure would notice. Once that gold is in sight, and Crash knows that there is a certainty that, all right, we're going to build up a Suvia, there's a clear movement and motive to him of he truly believes that after we get that done, we're going to Dosa. And even on this ship right now, he's prepping for it. On occasions, you might see him sketching out some plans to rework some of his own innovations and prosthetics, or you see him currently looking through his various weaponry, figuring out what would be best in those caves. You see him even jotting down a couple things of some of the wildlife we might face, of going through those tunnels when we face the Blackfoot clan. He seems to be very afraid of giant bats. Afraid might be the wrong word. More so wary of giant bats. And giant enemy spiders.
Nice.
But that'll be Courage.
On Callista Varia's part, she is worried isn't the right term. She is focused, let's say, on what Wisteria is going through. She sees this as potentially a problem, but more likely, if managed correctly, a good thing for Wisteria to struggle through. Hopefully get on the other side and feel better about herself and her past. So she's here for her friend, feeling, again, she's still carrying that burden lightened feeling ever since Wisteria and Callista Varia's talk. So she's here in whatever way the Gavel or Wisteria needs her.
Perfect. You guys have 6 days at sea as you all kind of make your way back to Kata. It doesn't sound like, but or it sounds like it. Did you guys do anything to restrain Tomino, or is he just kind of like hanging out?
We did put a guard whose job it is to make sure he doesn't come up to the top deck, I think, which is where Wisteria is.
Or you have the library. So that's
yes.
the mid deck. Yeah, the mid.
Yeah, so I think at the very least we would have set up a warning system that if he's approaching, one of us would know and could intercept. But I don't think we lock him. Correct me.
The only correction I'd provide is, do we know if he's a mage? Because if he's a mage, I feel like we'd have some kind of bind or restriction on his hands to keep away those somatic components. So he doesn't teleport away or anything of the like.
You all, Wisteria would know that, or would think that her father does not have any magic, and you all would know from those with expert or better in crafting that the manacle that held him down was mundane.
Oh, heck yeah. In that case, this is what Callie said.
So Tomino kind of spends the week chatting up the crew. So he gives a wide berth, even without the guard there, to Wisteria in the library. He does make, probably to Will, because Will mentioned it before, he goes, held up in the library again. Typical. Has she been good for your finances? Is she using that knowledge for profitable ventures yet, or is just more knowledge for knowledge's sake?
This is what I'm talking about, man. If you want to have a relationship with her, you can't be saying shit like that. I'm just turning back into Ryan now. Halfway through that sentence, I'm like, I'm not doing Will's accent.
That's real right there.
You just gotta wage them. I paid for all of her education. Let her do what she like. I mean, you know, it's just a father's prerogative and all that.
Listen. It's absolutely both of those things. She pursues knowledge for the sake of it, but she is also probably the primary controller of the finances of the Gavel of Eva Sarah. And let's just say that I am currently encumbered. According to Foundry, because I have too much gold in my pockets. So I think we're doing just fine.
Well, it is in her blood, but yeah, I'm glad to hear this got into that. And you're fairly well dressed, fellow. I mean, comparing you to the rest isn't a fair thing to do, but you're definitely the stylist of the group. And he kind of points to his like ratty looking robes. Do you have something I could borrow for the week? I'd of course compensate.
You know, I do have something I could, just to make sure you're not dressed in rags. I do have that outfit you could.
We lost you.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, I think you turned away. I think you.
You know, I do actually have something that you could borrow at least until we get back to Asuvia. So, yeah, just so that you're not dressed in rags for the whole time that we're on the ship. Your relationship with Wisteria might be tenuous, but that doesn't mean we want you to be, you know, this. And gesture at his clothes. So yeah, I guess Will would let him borrow. At some point I had fine clothing, and now I've upgraded to high fashion clothing, which has a mechanical effect. Although I think that if using ADP, the item bonuses don't apply. But so yeah, I can let him borrow one of Will's older outfits.
Perfect. He takes it. He does kind of look at the really nice one, but he does take it without complaint upon that side. And then he kind of spends the rest of the 6 days talking to the various. He ignores the red shirts, but he does talk to various the Gavel's leadership, the officers. You see him spending a bit of time in the galley as well, kind of talking to Boro as he kind of like he eats like still very like aristocratically slow, but you could tell like by the amount he eats, he was starving. Like he had not been properly fed for some time, you'd guess by that side. As he kind of goes through and kind of spends the few days just kind of getting acquainted with himself, talking about different ventures and just different things as he kind of recuperates a bit.
I would like to establish that whenever he would approach Crash and or open his mouth too close to Crash, Crash would simply take out the pistol, cock it, and place it onto the table. Whatever
He'd only do it once. He would actually, even as he walks back, go away from the Reavers. Yet she still finds people with Reavers mentality. Tut tut.
So obviously Wisteria spends a good amount of time in the library, but also is up on deck a lot with Elisa for extended periods of time. Does Tomono express any interest in going to the library? And if so, does his guards allow for that? I'm just curious.
If he knew that he's given you space after that last piece, but if he knew you were on deck, he would probably check out the library if allowed. That's up to you guys.
So on day 2, day 2 and 3, how is Wisteria reacting? Is she still holed up in the library?
By that point, she's not only in the library. She's starting to go out on deck with Elisa and help her out, but she is avoiding Tomono and also avoiding any discussion about him, I think. I mean, if somebody brings it up and asks like a specific question, she might engage in a conversation, but she's not initiating anything on that front.
By day 3, Callistoria would initiate a conversation.
Okay. What do you say?
Just while having dinner or something together. it must be complicated what your Tomono Abe, what he means to you, but how do you see him fit into the politics of Kazuya? Is he someone who's important?
He certainly having an impact on things. During my preparations for my dissertation, I dug a lot into his finances and newspaper sources and other information about his actions to try to find evidence that would support my conclusion. And I couldn't find any conclusive proof or example of exactly his involvement with the Reavers. Other than my existence, but if I had to hazard a guess, I think the return of Tawa might be related to some of the information and research that he provided the Reavers, and obviously that led to a subsequent consequences, such as the fall of Grove City, which in some sense could maybe be blamed on him. So I mean, there's obviously a lot of monetary opportunities with an alliance with the Reavers. If there's any other motivations on that front, certainly real love is not one of them. I'm not sure what else the Reavers might have offered him, but the situation that we found him in makes that seem like, as I probably could have predicted, things didn't go the way he wanted. If they had gotten 5 more dragon turtle eggs, Kazuya would probably be for the worse. So I'm glad we've been able to stop that trade. But he, was a professor at the institute, has a lot of knowledge on economics, but compared to someone like, what's the guy's name? The person who's now master of coin for the Baron from Mokoin. Velnu. I'm at this point, I'm more worried. He's similar to Velnu in terms of skill set and desires, but obviously not anywhere near a position to act on that the way that Velnu is. If we were to just let him go his merry way, I don't want to be responsible for the consequences.
I understand. Well. I understand the very last sentence that you said. All the rest of it, it'll take time for me to process. Is there a way to channel his instincts in a way that could be somewhat contained, not too dangerous, but not completely powerless? I'm not suggesting we make him in charge of the Gavel's finances, but if there was some innocuous part of the rebuilding of Kanda and in which his accounting practices could help, knowing that there would still be some fallout as his intentions spread, would that be something you would consider?
I mean, if you can think of something, his instincts drive him to a place where he has power over others, and those that don't conform exactly to the desires that he wishes suffer the consequences?
The best that I can think of is, yes, to put him in charge of some part of the rebuilding and select those who we think are sufficiently strong-willed to manage him or just be around him. Do you... Now, this can happen when a child has grown up and taken a position of power. Do you think he even takes us as an organization seriously, given that you are one of its leaders?
I highly doubt it.
So, keeping him as part of the Gavel's organization is unlikely to keep him contained, but sending him to the Baron or a different part of Kata is like sending a social explosive wrapped in an old man's body. I can see why this is not an easy thing for you to solve for us. I will continue thinking about this. If I have any suggestions, I will offer, but I think I speak for the rest of the Gavels that the final decision will be up to you on what to do with him. I personally have no interest in trading him for whatever, eggs.
I don't want the responsibility of anything that he might do as a result of my decisions.
Are you... Wisteria, you are now in charge, one of the people in charge of a full organization. There are people and groups that we dispatch, and they're going to do things their way, and it may have fallout that we cannot control. Is that a responsibility you are okay with?
Yeah, anyone but him.
Okay. All right. In that case, I will offer to the other Gavels that if should you choose when we get to Kanda to relinquish that responsibility, we may have our group discussion and decide. But as your friend, I want to encourage you to try and think of solutions, ways of containing and channeling, not for him, but for you. You come from the enjoining of two polar opposites almost. And I think you will be better off by having thought things through. Does that make any sense?
I mean, I've been trying to think of ideas of what to do here, but thinking about all of my past experiences with him and the options that are available for positions to place him in, I can't see any of them working out well. Nor do I want to imprison him forever or anything like that. That still feels wrong in a different kind of way, and I can't find the right answer.
Okay. When we are about to get to Kanda, you can present to the rest of us any options you have thought about, and we will decide as a group. You do not have to shoulder this entirely on your own if you choose not to. What? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Just, I mean, I can keep working on this problem, but I don't know if I'm going to have something worth presenting by then.
Oh, maybe to get your mind off of just this one topic, have you noticed that Crash is acting a little weird?
Other than trying to help me through this issue in a similar way you are, which is not usual for him. So something, or
No, I guess it's tied. He seems to be preparing for something, for some kind of an attack. I don't think we are due for any assaults or large-scale sieges just yet. But you know,
some of the tactics and techniques I saw him practicing seem to indicate close quarters combat, something where range is not going to be an option. I know we've had some brief discussions about once everything in Suvia is all settled and taken care of, continuing onto Dosa potentially, trying to find the third still yet to be identified piece of the Emperor's soul.
Mm-hmm.
So he must be planning ahead for that.
The Emperor of Ateria, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That sounds like he's working towards his own goals, and that might be something that maybe you could help him out with as well. When you are not ruminating about your father.
I mean, this is the first fight in a while where I've focused more on melee weaponry, and caves might be a similar thing. But as much as I'd love to have some sparring with Crash, finding an answer for what to do with my father is a tighter deadline. So that task takes priority.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll leave you to it. We still have at least a few more days before we get to Konda, and even after that, we may still have some time to decide. And she gets up to leave. But it bothers me, the kind of hold he seems to have on you, that his mere presence dictates your actions, that it imprisons you in a way that you choose to enforce upon yourself. I would very much love for that to not be the case.
I mean, I've observed that as well, and the best way to solve that problem that I found is to absolve myself of any responsibility and involvement with him. But you're the one who came and asked me about it, and you're the one who's wanting to get an answer from me in the next couple of days. So, if what's best for the gavel is me to stay under his hold and stay focused on him and solve this problem for the gavel, then that's what I need to do.
I wish Will was here for this conversation. I think the two of you would both know that you have amongst the gavels of Ivacera a person who is a part of a secret organization whose whole goal is to monitor corrupt nobles.
I mean, where's this, like in the dining hall or whatever, or the place where we eat chatting over dinner?
Yes, I think we've said in the past that if any of the gavel members wanted to join a scene.
I got a plan for what's happening during this and/or sometime before or after.
Because just at this very moment, if you are passing through or overhearing this, you see that Callista Maria looks like she has the "I've made a huge mistake" face.
I think Will walks past eating a sandwich.
Hell yeah!
This bread is stale. We gotta get rid of it. Now I couldn't help but excuse me. Like I said, very stale bread. Gotta clean out some of the coffers we got down there. Anyway, sorry, I couldn't help but overhear some of the conversation. If y'all are worried about this Tomino fellow, I've been thinking a little bit. It might be good to keep your friends close and enemies closer, and I think I'm quite good at that. I have some friends who are particularly good at keeping an eye on folks like him and making sure they stay in line, if you know what I mean. Why don't you let me worry about this, about him specifically? I think I can take care of it.
Yes, that'd be perfect. Thank you, Will. And Wisteria will give you a hug.
Oh, I think I will be a little surprised by that because I don't think Wisteria is much of a hugger, generally speaking.
It's like a quick hug, but yeah.
I'm happy to help. And when he says that, you can you with your incredibly high perception would see that when he says that the look in his eyes is like he's excited to do this. So it's not just happy to help in terms of being helpful to Wisteria, but also like he loves messing with noblemen.
I guess the answer was there all along.
The voice of the people will always speak louder than the people who wish to do us harm. Of course, I can't promise perfection, but I will. Don't you worry. I can take this on. I've been chatting with him a little bit. You might see him wearing some of my clothes, which I'm warning you because it might be a bit of a strange visual for you, Wisteria. He's going to be walking around wearing some of my clothes because I couldn't just leave him in the rags.
Of course you couldn't.
Well, that turned out splendidly. I'm just going to go and check on Dura.
But you guys are... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Wisteria will probably then go find Crash and ask if he's interested in doing some dueling, focusing on melee weapon training.
100%. And I actually have something with Crash, and this can happen likely after that conversation, and if any of the Gavels wanted to join in, they may. But Crash will kind of be walking around the ship, looking for Belric, but probably talking to the red shirts, and if you allow me to do a little bit of mid-conversation Crash walking into Belric, of like, and so she tried to pay me in store credit. And I looked at her like, I came here for gold. What am I supposed to do with store credit at the brothel? I'm a warforged. Belric, good to see you.
Would you be telling that joke to Belric or a red shirt?
That would be to a red shirt as he's walking by, see you, and he kind of waves off the red shirt, turns to you.
Belric would raise his eyebrows, saying, "That sounds like a story I'd like to hear one day."
Just be wary of those who follow the god of love. That goddess's followers can be rather vindictive if you break their hearts. The amount of mercenary jobs I've seen going after elopers, husbands who ran away. The things they ask you to do, it's crazy.
Love can be fickle.
Yes. Now, on to an aspect of love within the Dwarven mantra, grudges. Brother, a grudge must be paid. One quite terrible that we've both experienced, and experienced by the people, of our home. Once Asuvia is secured, the city and the forest, we'll have to venture out to home and deal with the Blackfoot clan. I've already started drawing the plans for how we'll move through our old home, dealing with both the civilized world and having to go deeper in order to avoid it if necessary. And that said, I ask you a favor, brother Belric. You've already seen how I've gotten whenever I get mad, upset. No, that's not even the word for it. Whenever I go mad with the vampires, a smidgen with the giants. I'll be honest with you, Belric. It's far worse with the Blackfoot clan. They took from me something more precious than gold, more splendid than any miracle performed by any god. They took my brother, something from this world that will never be seen again. Even thinking about it now draws me closer to irrationality and violence. I can promise so much, that I will attempt to control myself so much, but there, it is almost guaranteed I will lose sight of the future and merely see a red in front of me. My ask of you is to help keep me in line. I represent far more than me going back home. I represent my past families. I represent the Gavels, and I represent Ivasera. Not Ivasera. I represent Asuvia. Can you do this for me, my friend? My brother.
Balric would look up and he'd say, I will do my best. However, I can't guarantee when we cross the Blackfoot clan that I won't be in the same delirium as you, seeing red and delivering a flurry of blows to anyone with a Blackfoot name on them, as they took my brother as well. But what I can promise you is I'll do my best to make sure that you're representing the Gavels as well as we can together. That being said, you're a lot bigger than me, so it may be a little bit difficult.
I see that. And that size is going to increase. I have plans to re-innovate myself when we return home. Ark must be eradicated. Those factories must be eradicated. But we as Gavels, as much as some part of me screams against me to say this, we cannot eradicate the people. We cannot truly wipe out the Blackfoot clan, as much as so much of me would prefer otherwise. Such actions, genocide, death on that scale, it would be such a step in the wrong direction. We cannot send an entire people to Thana. I will likely say different in the heat of things, and I apologize. I apologize in advance for whatever mad ramblings I go on, or if I do as I once did in that cave.
I will do my best to make sure that that doesn't happen, and understand that if it is aimed at the Blackfoot, and that sort of rage happens, it won't be nearly as bad as what happened in that cave. I'll make sure nothing like that happens again, and you can trust others in the gavel to do the same. But I'm here for you, brother. And you're right. we can't kill every Blackfoot we encounter, but we must strike the leader and cut off the king, and the rest will follow. I'm not sure all the other the rest of the gavels will have will want to go to Doza, so we may have to also entice them with the fact that there's a fragment of the Emperor's soul there, which to me would be a secondary reason, but to some of them it may be the primary reason. That may be something we have to incentivize them with when the time comes.
I understand. I was already planning to hopefully sway Callie with Hera's own demands of the destruction of factories, something I believe she's already set her eyes on. I will entrust you with the convincing to do with the Emperor's soul. And
can be very persuasive. No.
now, brother, let us go out and enjoy some festivities once we return to Suvia. I plan on hosting quite a few charity events in our sister city. I may also invite Lythos, so you may need a bit more patience. But I swear, I see something in that kid. He's got a bright future. I'll bring him drinking with us.
Aye. Belric would take some of his flask out and pour some or hand it over to Crash to take a sip.
And he would do so. A beautiful scene right there.
Perfect. Well, the remaining 5 days go pretty smoothly. You see, kind of at the beginning of the 6th day, Will, Tilstavaria, and Belric, you all get a knock on your door, and you see kind of in the front, you see Beshnet. Kind of still carrying a smaller version of the Gavel's banner, and you see him kind of scurry in front of your door, and he goes, a meeting has been called. I've been tasked to gather Callie, Will, and Belric. Could you meet us in the galley hall, please?
Sure.
Tasked by whom?
Oh, Wisteria's father. He's so friendly.
Mysterious father is not allowed to task people to do things on the ship.
He was really nice about it. He just said, hey, I mean, gather these 3, not, Crash is so mean. So he said, not Crash.
Yeah,
and then he's giving
right.
Wisteria her space, he said.
How am I not surprised Beshnet loves this guy?
Go tell Crash and Wisteria that this is happening. Tell them specifically to not join us, but if they want to overhear from a safe distance.
Okay, I guess that's an order. I'll go tell them.
As she meets up with the other 2, she says, "Oh my God, I thought Wisteria was exaggerating. She was not. It's been 3-4 days. He's already commanding our officers, our standard bearer, to do his bidding, to divide us."
It's funny. Will didn't even think to ask that. He just Bessie said there was a meeting, so I'm going.
I would like
Belric,
to... Oh, you go first.
Belric would be kind of apprehensive, and he'd just be like, I tend to not like to get in the middle of these family ordeals, even with my own family. But I'm willing to go, absolutely.
Yes, yeah, we have to hear him out.
Just picturing Beshnet walk into the library, And just, she's like, Tomono said, and Wisteria's like, nope, don't want to hear it. And just like, and he's like, all right.
Fine. You weren't invited anyway.
I would like. Damn, that last bit of not being invited. Damn, missed it. Oh, I would like to establish. In the meanwhile, Crash is going to be bringing beer to Wisteria and probably talking about some of the rebuilding of Vesuvia plans while this meeting's happening. And if we go to listen in, still drinking.
Well, you'll see Tomino kind of sitting in the galley, snacking on some mochi as you all walk in, and he'll go, "Your chef, exquisite, best mochi I've had since I left Soga. A+, Boro, A+. And Calistavaria, Will, Belric, thank you for joining me. Beshna, can you take meeting notes for us, please? But I wanted to bring you all, because you can tell right now I've had to borrow clothes from Will, and thank you, that was very generous, exceedingly generous, to loan me your old clothes. I wanted to see if the Gavels would be interested in being hired out for just a brief endeavor. And you know, I was kidnapped from Oakland by Wisteria's kin and rudely treated for so long. And what that has done is left my investments in an unmanaged state, we'll say, unclaimed. Luckily, Mokalan law is very clear. Until death has been confirmed by the priest of Thana, my assets can't go anywhere. But I'd like to go back and reclaim my assets. Unfortunately, the Reavers, being the patty brutes they are, let slip a few details to Mokalan, and I have a few bounties on my head there. But I still need to go to the Bank of Mokalan to claim my funds, close out my estate, and all of my endeavors on the island. What I'd like to hire you lot for, I've talked to your people, and you're apparently very capable warriors, exceedingly capable warriors. I think you lot would be the perfect bodyguards to come with me, to escort me through, and make sure that I can close out my estates, reach the Bank of Mokalan, gather my funds, and leave. And as always, I'm a Mokalan man. I would never make sure that you had to do this for free. Of course, you'll be well compensated. How would 10,000 to the Gavels organization go? And I'd also invest within your new lands. I've learned my daughter has become a lady. That is quite astounding. I know it's for a small nation in a backward land, but still, she is now a lady. And I'd like to support that endeavor. So 10,000 coins and a half funds of me investing into your new burgeoning nation. I think that seems more than equitable for a day's work.
Do we have a counter for all the backhanded compliments this guy's gotten? I swear I heard a couple of dings go off as he kept talking.
Interesting. That is an intriguing offer. And exactly when would you have the Gavel of Evasera doing this job for you?
Few weeks. I imagine you need time to reestablish yourselves back on the Suvia.
Yes, and also our ship is definitely in need of repairs, as well as we do also have quite a bit going on. I'm sure you surmised over in Asuvia, but I do have a question. Why do you need a bodyguard to go back to your homeland and retrieve your assets?
Oh, I mentioned that they've got a bounty out on me. A bit of my work with the Reavers, and as I said, they're so petty. They let it slip. So luckily,
I noticed you called the Reavers Wisteria's kin. Are they not also? I shouldn't pry.
It was more than it was a bit less than a dalliance between Mysteria's mother and I. I don't really go into it. Bit of a tawdry.
Of course, it's none of my business.
Oh, we were never married. It was a financial arrangement that was over celebrated, if you understand my meaning.
Tomano.
Again, I do feel the need to point out, you gotta stop saying stuff.
I will now.
You understand that your daughter is a significant portion in control of your fate.
Well, I mean, she already did rescue me. Like, she wouldn't do me any harm, would she?
I do not think he fully understands his predicament. Tomano, if there was anywhere in Kazuya that you would want yourself to just appear, where would it be?
Well, immediately, Mokulin, close out my accounts, leave hastily, of course. After that, I thought, I mean, if my daughter is going to be a lady of a nation, I should have some roots here in financial ties and all that. I mean, I'm sure she'll be her lineage will be the one to inherit this nation, right? When you all die.
And we follow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And the follow-up question to that: should the evidence for all your activities become public, which of the nations of Kazuya would give you a trial that you would find the fairest?
A trial?
A trial that you would find the fairest.
What do you mean? Are you going to turn me into the authorities?
Which of the justice systems? You know who we are. The Gavels of Eversera. We are about order and justice. First time she's using this line. Which of the justice systems of Kazuya would give you the fairest trial?
Codinia. If you must turn me into some nation, turn me into Codinia. If that is truly how you want to play this versus having a wealthy investor help out your burgeoning backwater.
Well, you have certainly made an offer. Will, Belric, anything else to consider?
It is, at the very least, intriguing, like I said, but can I make an amendment to the deal?
Oh, of course. Counter offer. That's the flow of business.
You simply must stop calling it a backwater. On this, I must insist. His eyes flash gold for just a second.
You see, he kind of leans back and he goes, "You know what? That was improper of me. Your nation, fair."
Yeah. You offer us something certainly could be profitable. It is within our wheelhouse to do this. Why don't you give us some time to discuss this offer? We do have arrangements for something in the next couple of weeks. But if it's something after that, then perhaps we will. But give us some time to discuss it, and we can get back to you. How does that sound? We will be arriving in Asuvia very soon, so we'll have some business to discuss, and that'll give us an opportunity to add your offer to the list of things that we need to consider.
Well, of course. You all discuss it amongst yourself. One thing I was remiss in adding in as well, my estate did have a teleportation circle. It wasn't properly registered, if you understand what I mean. There's all these fees in Mokulin you must pay to have your circles, but luckily I had that doesn't matter. But it's there. One of your, what do you call them, red shirts mentioned that you have a teleportation circle. So this would probably be a day's work. So they're just there, back. We're all wealthy. Or I'm wealthy again, I should say. But I'll leave you to your deliberations.
Thank you very much.
What?
I have two things I
I'll
want to bring
leave
up.
you to your
Firstly,
preparations. Belric would just say, "I don't trust this man. I trust Wisteria," and he would. Sorry, what is he eating? Moshi?
Yeah, so it was one of Jeet's favorites, and Tomino's initially from Soga as well.
What is like the what sort? Is it like bread? Like what is moshi?
It's like a pastry.
Okay.
It's like glutinous rice sweet dessert.
I don't trust
Yeah.
this man, and
It's
I would
very
grab his.
unique food.
I would grab his mochi, and I would say, "I trust Wisteria," and then I would leave with his mochi.
Oh, G blesses
got-
you from afar.
I got two things to say. One's out of character, and the next one will be once Crash is informed of what happened. The first one, out of character. Holy shit, this guy. I posted in the chat of the meme of, I think we gotta kill this guy who's staring at that one with the damn. And then we got hit with the, I'm saying it out loud because the stream doesn't know. Wisteria doesn't know she's an accident.
Yeah, I was thinking like in her, like she obviously knows her parents were never married, but like she kind of naively believes that like maybe there's like a long kind of relationship over time and eventually they just like drifted apart or something, but she's never really thought about that too strongly. Or maybe like he told her some story when she was really young about like, oh yeah, like, you know, we got along or whatever, but like never really pried into the details or focused on it too much. And
God, the drama. As the three of us are leaving, I say to Will and Belric, that man cannot be allowed to set foot on Kata.
I also have the urge to turn his head around a couple of times, but I must admit he could be useful.
He was worth some Inferno Dragon Eggs, so there's some use we can get out of him, but we have to be careful with Wisteria.
I really
Or
did
do-
not
or
think
do
he
we?
cared oh,
Sorry, he would say, "Or do we?" And he would kind of, because he isn't really pried into how Wisteria feels about it.
well, I have to say, I really did not care about dragon turtle eggs, but suddenly I find myself really, really wanting one.
See, I was trying to ensure that if Wisteria wanted to keep him around, that he would be tolerable. But I'm starting to think that may be a more difficult task than I initially thought. Still,
I do not think she wants him around. I think she wants him solved as a problem.
I mean, Belric would touch his clan dagger and be like, "Solved."
Never say never, I suppose, but for justice to prevail, we would need evidence. Can we try him? Do we have the authority as
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to talk to the Baron about that.
Yes,
Or I should
yes,
say.
please do.
Yeah, I'm actually not 100% sure what kind of authorities we have around here. I'm gonna have to look into that.
so if we have a trial for him hypothetically, does that mean we need to get a physical gavel for whichever of us is a judge?
I was like, "Who is gonna be?"
So, I have a question. Do any of the three tell? Because whether they tell Wisteria is an entirely another question. Do any of them tell Crash about what was said there?
I think eventually we will. I think we talked about like potentially bringing it up in a meeting or something like that where we share. I think Will would try to keep the more egregious stuff that he said out of the conversation and just talk about the offer he made.
Belric, would you tell exactly what was said to Crash?
I mean, I'm not holding my tongue here because I despise this man. Like after just like that was really one of my first encounters with him, and yeah. So, I mean, I think I would be trying to think here. I think I would probably tiptoe around a few of those factors too and follow Will's lead. If I'm being honest, like in playing Belric, like he doesn't want to get in the middle of things. He doesn't want to be meddling or anything. So like he would just kind of, I think, like let Will and Callie kind of lead the way in that regard.
I think we would not keep it a secret that he
Sure.
was intolerable, but I think we would just keep the specifics out of it.
I would tell Beshnit, do not serve that man. Like, stop serving that man Moshi.
Moshi.
Mochi.
Moshi. And then that man cannot demand our company for the remainder of this trip.
Understood.
So
I mean, if he wants food, maybe give him food, but like, he doesn't. You don't have to follow his orders. You understand that, right?
No, he's very nice though. Just being. Yeah.
I suppose if you would like to do something for him, then you are welcome to. I can't
No.
stop you from that.
No,
And I think at this
I'm
point,
explicitly
yeah,
ordering
we're-
you to not follow any of his orders, whether you like to or not.
yes, exactly. Yes, that man cannot demand. Yeah, and I think at this point we're kind of back. We're headed back to Assyria. Yeah, like having this conversation.
Mhm.
6 of us, Beshin included.
If it's an order, this seems a little overly rude. But yeah, I follow orders.
Oh, I'm trying to think of the best approach for Beshinit. I think I would say he is a criminal and a traitor.
A trader? Who do you trade?
His city, and she's kind of reaching because she doesn't know for sure. But he betrayed Mogulin itself. That's why they got raided. Just ask Wisteria.
I take your word.
So, once Crash is informed about this, he's going to get up from whatever meeting may have started, activate his mercy rune to pull out a pistol, and he's going to go straight towards him, like beeline, like not running, just like power walking straight towards our prisoner.
Sorry. When do you do this? Or is there anyone else around?
If the moment Crash is informed about what happened in there,
Okay.
that's what he would be doing. So it would most likely be like all 3 of y'all, if not in addition to Wisteria.
All right, now hold on a minute. If we're gonna,
I'm just going to talk to him.
Perhaps
talk
with
to them.
less guns, Crash.
I do not believe so.
Crash, he's of no danger to you. Didn't we just have this talk about seeing red? My brother.
I would love to take him down in the court in the court of public opinion rather than in a combat arena.
Oh, I'm
If you
not
understand.
going to kill him.
But that's my style.
I'm not going to kill him. I'm just going to remind him where he is.
Callista Varia is actually now on Crash's side. Initially, she was, she will tell him, do not harm him. But then she will look at Will and Belric and say, but he does not take any of us seriously. Not me, not you, not you.
That's true.
With the gun, he might.
Yeah, I won't
take
stop
Crash
you. I'm
seriously.
just, yeah.
Perhaps
He's the worst. He's the worst.
He's the worst. He's the worst.
Now you understand.
I don't advise. What I will say, I don't advise or approve of this course of action, but I will make no attempt to stop you, nor will I judge you.
Crash, could you leave some ammo? Could you leave your ammo with us and take your guns?
He looks at you, and there's just a long moment of silence. And he turns around and keeps walking.
He does have the mercy rune on it.
Okay.
Like he doesn't
And
have to kill him
I-
if he doesn't want to.
Suddenly, I imagine the camera work kind of like a Tarantino movie, just following Crash from behind as he just walks into the room. We see this guy sitting down, probably eating something. Crash looks at him, and as he opens his mouth to speak, just naturally, Crash, like no words, just instantly takes the gun and will kneecap him. This is a mercy rune. I do not want to do any permanent, lasting damage. I do not want to kill him with this or knock him out or anything. Just a quick blast to the knee to get him on his knees and feeling some pain. Just a bang.
No roll necessary to hit. As you shoot your prisoner, you see he falls to the ground, clutching his knee, and he goes, "Why? Will,
Like-
Callie, your warforge has gone insane! Help! Help!"
Does not break stride. Grabs him by the collar, and as he does, that skull he has on his shoulder, the big Rex-looking one, will click, click, click into place to be his claw. So he hauls this guy up and slams into the wall, and will just look at him and say,
Now, I'm not good at words.
say,
You're good. We'll
Crash will say,
Now, I'm not good at words. I'm not here to intimidate you. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to remind you something. You are not in your house. You're in the Gavel's house. And right now, in all of Kasia, not including any other planes, this is the worst place for you to be. Your daughter, I've had issue with her, but in truth, her and the Gavels have been some of the kindest people to me, and I consider many of them family. So, I'm going to put a bomb in your chest. The moment I have facilities to make sure you don't bleed out on me, I'm going to put a bomb in your chest. Guess what, too? I am filled with bombs all the time. At a simple twinge of my thought, I will turn you to a red paste. This isn't a negotiation. This isn't any form of I get something out of this. This is all for you to really understand. You don't talk to our men, you don't command our Beshnit, and you don't swing your fucking dick around like you own the place. Now, when I let you go, I'm going to measure your chest. If you struggle, if you wince, I'm going to start beating you. Now, I'm not going to torture you. I'm just going to hit you enough times until you pass out. And maybe by the time you wake up, I'll have the bomb in there already. But let's be honest, you don't have the constitution for it. But either way, I'm going to put a bomb in your chest. And I did hear what Wisteria hurt you. Maybe not. But you're not Wisteria's responsibility. You're ours.
and he will drop him and pull out a measure.
Give me an intimidation throw. Take a +1 advantage.
Will's in another room. I'm sure he's just having a reasonable conversation with him. Just gotta show him that he's not in control around here.
Elric would have followed. Would you guys have not followed?
Oh, I'm
shocked at the idea that you all would follow. Given Crash was going in with a loaded gun and refused to give it away. 15. Crash was not trained in it, and again, he's just laying down the law. This isn't to scare him. This is it. Crash saying the facts. You will now have a bomb in your chest.
Clutching his knee. Did anybody else come with Belric?
I think Will is not there.
I'm curious if Wisteria did.
Calistvari is there.
So he'll look to Belric and Callie in particular, and he'll go, Calistavaria, is this what the Gavels are? murderous thugs who put bombs in people's chests?
No,
Is-
this is not what most of us are.
Alric would begin like clutching his quiver and grabbing an arrow and saying, Crash, intimidation is one thing. This isn't. You promised me that we need to behave in a certain way as the Gavels. And this is in the. I'm assuming Wisteria's not there because Elric would have looked to Wisteria for guidance, like, is it okay or is it not? But if Wisteria's not there, Elric would assume that it's not okay. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you, Wisteria.
I'm holding one hand of the steering wheel while Elise is holding the other. We're just enjoying the scenery.
Oh my god!
Oh no,
you know.
I'm so serious having a mother-daughter moment with one of our officers while this shit pops up in the wherever this guy is. And Crash would look to you, Belric, and you can clearly see like gears turn in his head. Like his eye is a pinprick, but slowly it would widen as he. It doesn't really breathe. It's more like he realizes he wasn't breathing the entire time. And probably his shoulders would slump a little bit. And he looks down at this guy, looks back at Belric.
You're right. You're right.
Oh.
I just really want this guy to fucking die. No, that came out wrong. I want him to know he can die. I don't want to kill him. I just want him to know Donna comes for everybody. And right now, he's very close to meeting the mistress.
There's only so much I can do for you, Mono. Right? Yeah.
Tomoto, yeah. He is going to kind of quietly crawl, kind of behind Belric and Wisteria, Calistavaria.
I wouldn't want to guard him, but I would hope that Crash starts maybe like calming down and like continuing to like just maybe holster his gun. Like that would be what I would ask. Like holster your gun, Crash. There's better ways to handle this. We're the gavel after all.
Crash would load his gun, but he'd pull up a hand like,
Wait. It's live shot.
and he would load the gun, click back the barrel, activate the live shot, and go up to Mono and give him the gun.
Just goes, if you shoot yourself with this, it will heal you. Wait too long, and it won't. I want the gun back in 5 minutes.
He looks, he drops the gun, and he doesn't say anything, but he looks just aghast.
Well, here I'm giving you a kindness, healing that wound I put into you, and you scoff in my face.
And you can tell Crash is like kind of teetering on that edge, kind of pushing the boundary on this when he really shouldn't. And without even being told, he kind of realizes that and backs up and calms himself down a little bit more and will actually go like kind of putting Belric between him and Tomono, and he'll like try his best. Like he's clearly like putting effort into trying to not go full mercenary psycho on this guy.
Belric would like continue kind of pushing him back and like almost like he would keep pushing him like kind of out of eyesight, and just kind of like whisper him like, hey, there's other ways that we can handle this. Let's sleep on this and figure it out tomorrow. And he would start like again trying to push Crash kind of out of eyesight and leave Callie to.
Understand? Crash shall exit the scene.
Calistavaria will pump a heal spell into Tomono, the lowest rank she can. And she will say, she's not really talking to him, but she's musing out loud and wants him to hear this. She says, in any other interaction, he would be penalized for doing acts that the other Gabbles would find morally crossing a horizon. But if he is punished for this in any sort of way, then you, and she looks at Tomono, would respect him even less. Because you only respect those who do bad things and get away with it.
That is not true. I respect decorum, civilization. I mean, that was unhinged. You allow that madman to run around with you?
She doesn't say anything. She'll grab the gun. Leaving a gun with him is a bad idea. She thinks it's a bad idea, even if it's just a live shot. And she'll take it with her. And as she's leaving, she says it's so interesting that when one person causes damage to another, it's barbaric. But when one person causes the downfall of a whole city, it's civilization. And with that, she will leave.
Perfect. You see, Tomonos lays there for a bit before kind of retreating back to his own little section of the ship and then holding up there for the remainder of the day. As you all start to see land in the far distance, you see scout ships going to and fro bearing the purple and gold of Kata. And as you all declare yourselves are able to make your way to your home or your new home, Asuvia. From here, we'll take a... Oh, go ahead.
One thing real quick before we get back to that. I think maybe an hour or so later, stealthily, Wisteria would try to go check on Tomono. Doesn't want to be noticed, but she did hear a gunshot, and there is one part of her that I think still has some concerns. I am kind of interested in rolling a stealth check to see if maybe he does spot me, but I'm trying not to be seen.
All right, yeah, give me a roll. He's kind of the definition of like social stats without many like.
Yeah.
So I'll let you decide here because he's got very good like diplomacy, intimidation, deception, but he does not have. He's got commoner perception.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to be seen?
Good question. Yeah, I think Wisteria is not. She tells herself she's trying to be stealthy, but kind of intentionally knocks over some books on a nearby table or something. But like tries to kind of retreat, but.
You kind of walk in, he's laying on his bunk, and you see him staring at Will's pants with a big hole in the kneecap. He's kind of like, he's uncharacteristically morose looking as you walk in. Like before he notices you there, you see he looks tired, slightly depressed, and he looks smaller than usual. He looks his age a bit as you walk in, but as soon as he hears it, you kind of see him almost like put his face back on, and he looks over and he goes, "Wisteria." He like stutters for a bit. He's not even sure what to say at this point. He goes, "Stay a moment, would you?"
I just
His first word is a command.
Who's that ask?
I heard a gunshot earlier. Just as the chief medical officer on board, it's one of my responsibilities to make sure that in the event of accidents, everyone is taken care of.
You see, like he starts, he goes, Axe. Callista Varia took care of me.
That's good.
We have not seen each other in near a year. I mean, I've learned you become a lady of a land. It is an accomplishment. Well done.
Wisteria goes and like sits on the cot next to him and just starts bawling, crying, like leaning on him. Just everything that's happened over the past several months, just all kind of overwhelming her, and her emotions kind of out of control, I guess. And for a moment, she's a little girl with her dad again.
He's awkward about it, but you do see he kind of lovingly kind of pats and rubs your back for a moment. And he kind of, is she crying and telling him about what's going on too? Or like what she's been
I
through?
think there's some rambling about mockery and the civil war in Eteria, and Sanda. So if he's been following like the news and especially stuff about even the specifics about the gavels, he would be able to kind of understand that. But if he's been stuck with the Reavers and not had access to any of that stuff, then it'd be hard to make too much sense of what she's talking about, I think.
And he does look confused as you're kind of going through, like, guy expects like kind of mid cry, like it's like it's at random facts and kind of bits about mockery, bits about this, bits about that. You see he's like trying to puzzle it together as you're speaking, and he goes, "It has been a hard go. I mean, I didn't fare so well with the Reavers, but you've pulled out. You showed that Abe spirit. You've made yourself lord of this nation, and you're excelling. You got to figure out some industry and like some big building pieces, but that's for another day. But I'm not too thrilled with who you've surrounded yourself with, those ruffians. I mean, the Will and Callista Varia seem pretty nice, though. But
she wipes away a few tears and then just says, "Well, they're better than Reavers."
Yes. Well, most are better than Reavers. What is comparable, I would say. Do you know how many times your mother threatened to gut me due to not being fast enough during the time with her?
That's just how she shows love to people. You know that more than anyone.
The one thing, I imagine it may have been recent events before she so rudely threw me on a boat to sell me to some infernal hell prince. She did say she was proud of you. She said you took something very valuable through the strength of will, and no clue what it may have been, but she said you paid the blood price for it. You'd be able to surmise she probably was the fight with the kaiju and kind of earning your your nation. Yeah,
cool. Wisteria takes a moment to kind of internalize that, and thinks for a second, but says, "So, what made you worth some infernal dragon turtle eggs?"
Oh, is that what they were trading me for? Ah, well, that does explain a bit. Well, you know, knowledge is power, and that's to say, I found a cache. You're familiar with Phineas, the Forge Master, and it's been a while since you guys have heard of Phineas, but he was basically a human who turned himself into an automaton, who had been pretty much Mokalin's like chief builder for near millennia, but left within the last year, and Corinius put a bounty on his head. Has like a very impressive bounty, but hasn't been seen yet. That was in the news probably about a year or two in real lifetime back in our news. But he'll go on. He'll go, well, when Phineas left, my company was tasked with kind of reviewing and clearing out his holdings, and I found something interesting, and you know, You know the Abe motto: capitalize, capitalize, capitalize. And the Reavers are the best market until they weren't.
What'd you find?
Hysteria. Knowledge is power. I mean, this is something I'd be more than willing to trade to you, but especially after that ruffian threatened to put a bomb in my body. And of course, Tavaria, well-meaning and helpful and healing as she is, threatened to send me to jail somewhere. I would need certain assurances before I let you know.
As soon as he refuses to share this information directly, all of that brief moment of care and affection goes away. And I think she does. I think she just stands up and leaves. All right, back to the walls are back up. No more conversation, and we'll just leave from there. I mean, if he says something on her way out, but she's not willing to negotiate.
You heard they wanted to plant a bomb in my body. Wait, come on, listen. We just started talking. Tell me about your nation. I'm sure you have extensive plans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if Crash needs help with those plans for that facility.
Oh.
I don't walk out the door and just leave entirely.
You see his face falls as you leave. From there, we'll take a quick break. Come back, let's say 9:00, and we'll get into the second half of the adventure. All right. See you all in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of Session 7, as the Gavels have made their way back from raiding the Reaver ship. And after some conflict, we'll say, with Tomono Abe, Wisteria's father, they finally arrived back upon their own lands. And as you all kind of approach after kind of getting seeing one of the cotton scout ships kind of like initially stop you and kind of verify that you are who you say you are, and letting you guys closer to the Suvian shores. You can see your home kind of as you get closer, kind of building in the distance. You see the new watchtower, or lighthouse, I should say, that you installed, kind of shedding light across the sea. You can see in the distance the wall that Belric had begun growing, utilizing his primal magics, seeing some of the burgeoning parks that Callista Varia had planted, as well as just kind of the layout and segmentation of the soon-to-be city the Wisteria had plotted out and laid out signpost for, as you are able to pull into your newly installed docks by the Lord Offen's troops. but you're able to dock the balancing act, and the balancing act looks rough. It always has like a fiery glow due to Jeet's and Nar's blessing, but now you still see scorched marks, areas where the reavers burned through decks, holes in the sail. It was a slow sail back, but you all made it and have docked, and you start to see kind of others, kind of your troops and others kind of starting to go through, and once you're fully docked, then start trying to figure out how best to get the balancing act back in sailing and fighting shape. But you are able to make yourself on landfall. You do see as you arrive, Ostin will walk up and he'll go, well, welcome back, Gavels. I've received a missive from the Baron, let's say Royce. He's called a small council meeting on your return. Whenever you get a moment, he'd prefer that you make your way to the capital city to discuss recent happenings and plans for the future. He said it's not an immediate rush, but you'd like it quickly upon your return.
How far is the capital city? Is it like a
luckily you guys have a teleportation circle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Lord often installed, so you guys can just pop over when you need to.
This is so convenient. We got to get one of these on our ship.
You good?
God, it's going to be expensive, I bet, and take forever. Anyway,
10,000 gold, I think, a month.
Are we ready, or is there anything we need to do prior? I feel like we would be relatively rested.
Calistavaria would be in favor of keeping Tomono on the ship, but she's willing to relent.
I think
yeah,
I would agree, like keeping him there, and yeah. I continue to defer to Wisteria foolishly because she never
Wisteria
has any...
continues to not give any response.
Let Beshnet hang out with him so that he doesn't realize he's being imprisoned on the ship. Just like if Besnet's just doing everything he says, he won't want to leave the ship, and he won't even realize he's not allowed to leave the ship.
Beshnet's gonna get swooned, man.
You're gonna lose Beshnet to him.
It's just gonna serve him.
Beshnitz has no complaints about this man. We are in danger.
Wherever you guys are able to leave him aboard the ship with Beshnet, and I imagine some of your troops kind of keeping an eye out on the ship, and you're able to make your way to your teleportation circle. Listen, we'll actually get our first time to be able to roll for the teleportation circle to see how well you all do and activating it and making your way kind of across the arcane barriers. So let me remember exactly what I put for those rolls.
Wait, we have to roll to use this thing?
You do?
What happens if we fail?
So that's a great question. So critical, if you guys get a critical success, basically, or a success and critical success, you're able to easily transport there. No issue on that side. If you do fail on that side, failure, you're just not able to transport. So you have to kind of wait, I think, an hour for it to be able to kind of reconfigure. Since you all own this teleportation circle, if it was one you didn't own, you'd be locked out of it. And if you crit fail, though, is when 2d or 10d12 of force damage explodes out from it, and it has the potential of opening a rift in the astral plane with an abomination coming out.
What?
But you guys
Lord.
are good. In this, you can either have somebody make a DC 33 Arcana or Occultism check, and the secondary check will be either Crafting or Nature at a DC 29.
My jaw still dropped at the horrors of the
war.
Oh,
sorry, DC 31, because you guys own this one. So it's DC 31 for the Arcana or Occultism.
I can do Nature.
I forget who's best at that.
I got 23 in Arcana.
All right, you're much better than me.
have 23 in nature.
I can do the crafting help check.
And that was my bad. Actually, for one you guys own, you just need the Arcana or Occultism
Okay.
check. So you don't need that one. That's for building a new one or one you don't own. But you own this one.
Alrighty then, hero point use for 37.
Nice.
Perfect. You're able to kind of open the teleportation circle. How does Crash go about doing that with his own skill in Arcana?
So with that right there, he's using mostly the various things he's learned, kind of picking up on the academy up north, and the things he wants to bring over to Asuvia for their actual I keep forgetting if it was a library or school they wanted us to build. And he's using quite a bit of that, with a mix of some of the more arcane energies that could be found in his own core. Not only that, there's a bit of actual proper magic being driven from him too. As he brings his familiar out and bits of lightning, both regular and that. What color was Edric's lightning? Purple, right?
Purple. Yeah.
Yep. Bit of regular and occasional
Violet,
sparks of
yeah.
purple. Or violet. Occasional sparks of violet with that. Until the portal is ignited.
Perfect. You see the circle blare to life, the portal ignited, and you guys are able to pass through, kind of crossing through, almost these swirling energies allow you to cross vast distances in a moment, almost disconcerting with how much energy warps and wraps around you until eventually it kind of almost envelops your view and then clears almost as suddenly as you all find yourselves kind of within or on the outskirts on the outskirts of the royal keep, deep within Kata City. You can see the barracks surrounding you with guards at the ready as you all come through and make your way outside the portal. You see them kind of scan and notice you all the gavels, and you see one of the guards kind of lower his head and goes, "Welcome back, lords and ladies of Asuvia." Asuvia. The Baron is most pleased that you could arrive. He said, as soon as you come through, we send notice to him, and he'll call the small council together. With that, he'll go through. You see one of the guards kind of scurries off to deliver the message. The other leads you to kind of the on the outskirts of the throne room, and you see as you guys kind of walk through, kind of leave this barracks and kind of start walking through the city of Kata and near kind of the castle, the royal kind of residence. You see it's definitely starting to rebuild. You see kind of crews at work trying to first kind of focusing on the walls, trying to repair some of the damage that occurred there during the giant siege and occupation. Others you see kind of working on the various bits and damages that were done to the city proper. As you guys go through the castle itself, you see that the castle held up on the exterior pretty well, but there was significant damage on the interior. And you see many craftsmen and kind of builders going through, repairing areas that were damaged, cleaning off areas that were either scorched or graffitied as they're trying to restore it to its former splendor. And eventually you're brought to a meeting room where you see a long table with one side kind of a throne-like chair, and then kind of on both at the one end throne-like chair, and others kind of like rows and rows of chairs for the lords of Kata to be able to sit. After a moment, as you guys come through, you do see the Baron arrives with Velnu and Pericles at his right and left-hand side. And you see he does kind of give a small smile as he sees you all, and he goes, "Well met, friends. You've got to been gone for a while. What have you been up to? We've heard rumors, but curious to hear from yourselves."
Well, we procured ourselves, or well, I should say, we dealt with a group of Reaver raiders out on the sea, and got ourselves a little bit of let's call it a reward in the process.
Funds for rebuilding Isuvia.
Yes.
You see 3 different reactions to this news. The Baron, you kind of see, nods his head. He looks no insight or no sense motive necessary. He looks both pleased and worried at the same time. You kind of see a smile, a small smile extends a bit, but you do see his eyes calculating. You do see Velnu looks very intrigued at the funding side, and you kind of see him leaning in towards that, where Procles just looks like straight worry at the mention of this. And you'll see the Baron will speak first, and he'll go, "You lot stay busy. Well, I'm glad to hear that you all made it back and that those Reavers do not have any more of their ill-gotten gains." And you hear kind of Procles pipe up and goes, well, yes, they don't have gains, but did they see you? Did they know it was the Gavels and by extension Kata that did this?
Oh shit!
Did Wisteria leave some notes?
I think we not only left survivors, but left pamphlets, if I'm not mistaken.
Left our calling card.
And as you guys are as this conversation is going, you start to see the other lords and ladies of Kata start to make their way within. You see Lord Lytos often kind of come through and give you guys a smile as he takes his seat. But you do see Velnu, but both Velnu and particularly Procles kind of staring at you all very intently.
God.
Silence. Actually, like Callie's looking at Will's looking at Belric.
Elric's just got his head down.
They
like,
have their answer. There's no one speaking up to it. Like, it's very clear what the answer is. It's not just, oh, did they see us? It's, oh, these dumbasses left and for them.
No.
They know.
Yeah.
I think Wisteria will say, yes. They know.
Just yes.
Because I think the last thing he said was like, "Do they know the gavel was involved?" And I just say yes.
You see, Procles is speechless for a moment, but Velnu goes in and says, "Kusavaria mentioned you acquired funding. Would you be able to disclose how much you've acquired from those Reavers?"
Well, yes. After I think Will would say after repair costs and costs to administration and he would list off a bunch of different things. We would have, and then he would also say we retrieved some amount of money that one funds, which I assure you will be entirely invested in the rebuilding of the city of Isuvia.
You see Velnu kind of looks pleased and goes, "Oh, 4 funds. He kind of looks to the other lords and ladies and see, the Gavels can fend for themselves and provide their own funding. As he kind of looks around and goes, and you see Procles is like, "What?" And you see he's about to speak, and the Baron just he grinds his teeth for a moment, but he goes, "Enough, Procles. It's done. And I'd rather the Reavers not have gold they stole. We'll deal with what may come." But they said they know that it was the Gavels. Is there anything else worth knowing by the other lords and ladies for this council?
Out of character question, would it be? Do we think that Wisteria's father is an important enough person that this council would need to know that we have him?
He was a wealthy Mokenite. I mean, probably not known by name by most of these people. Velnu would definitely know of him. But he was very wealthy and more shipping and industry type and wealthy.
Gotcha. I
That
think we'd
might-
keep it to ourselves then.
Yeah, I think that's like not something to bring up to the nobles, less of hiding something, but more so like that's gavel business.
Yeah. And it's not like, whatever. But one other thing, we also did learn of a concerning plot. We did manage to slow it down. There was some talking of retrieval of more dragon turtle eggs. I believe we have made put a stop on that plan for now, but it's something that they are working towards at the very least. Something to keep in mind.
And you see the Baron kind of grind his teeth, he waves his hands. Let them deal with the infernal dragon turtles. It keeps them busy and keeps them away from raiding, at least for a time. That pays no mind for us at the moment. But you do see Lord Braca of Krenta speaks up, and he goes, "My Baron, are you not worried that they have declared war, essentially, without your blessing, your backing? I know these uplifted commoners have done great services for Kata, but this is a grave deal."
Well, I I regret to inform you that the Gavel of Viva Sera is an entity that has those who oppose us all over the world, and so far it has not caused the land of Kata any harm. I assure you, any trouble that this may cause will come to us, and you can let us worry about dealing with it.
You see the Baron nods and he goes, "As I've said, what's done is done. But in Lord Braca's defense, if you do go after any other nations or groups such as the Reavers, the Council would love to know about it. But that is a problem for another day. The reason I assembled this council is we've gone through an accounting of our strength after those who have joined us, the mercenaries, the other nations have gone back to their own homes. We found ourselves to be underdefended. We've got our Talons, we've got the Griffins, the Gavels, of course, and the Renegades. But without Sandrick here, without the other elites that we lost in the war, we need more special operations and forces. I wanted to discuss with this council ideas for recruiting more. We've already got our trainers working to try to upskill soldiers that have shown promise. But that is a key worry that we may be undefended. Gavels, lords, ladies, do you all have any ideas for us?
Crash will actually speak up and say,
Most prudent is an ally of ours has recently fallen under enemy control. Grove City and its various refugees, scattered as they are, could make a great defense. The beastmen of Kazia have a unique skill set that many of us simply cannot come close to, them being one of the later races brought here and graced by the horn of...
and you see Crash himself like struggle to remember. Okay, it was the horn of someone, and he missays
the horn of the Neb.
You hear the Baron kind of just quietly go, "It was Mialo's horn." But yes, Grove City has fallen. That was part of the business I wanted to bring this group together to discuss. The Gavel secured an alliance with the Grove for them to aid us in our battle, and we did assure mutual defense. The sad truth, though, is we do not have the arms to oppose the Reavers, especially in a drawn-out battle at the moment. We could definitely see if any of the surviving warriors would be interested in joining us. but from what intelligence says, many of the warriors fell, and those who did not fall have been corrupted. And you can see he looks awkwardly at Wisteria for just a moment before kind of grinding his teeth and just going back into it. He goes, I do think it is good to offer sanctuary to the people, but I'm not sure they'll have many elite units that are able to join and help us defend our lands. One that we've been able to secure through your own doings, Gavos, is Olga Sanderson has agreed to try to start filling his brother's shoes again for us, but under his own name. He's brought his mother to Kata and has said he'll stay. So we've got another defender there, but we are woefully undefended.
Crash is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So, I am curious, what allies do you think you have in the world at large? Who do you consider somebody that would be willing to work closer with you? Someone you trust?
Ascenta, the king came to our aid during the battle, even at great cost to himself with his own standing with his parliament. Oh, he's my brother-in-law as well, but I'd say he's my closest ally at the moment. The Republic itself, due to Chancellor Cena, was not as forthcoming as I'd liked in our hour of need.
Mm-hmm. Well, because you do not want to project that you feel that your military is unprepared, I would suggest very subtly reaching out to a select group of people that you trust quite a bit and ask them if they're willing to lend aid when it comes to training. This is the kind of operation that can't be done by a single person and requires expertise from an organizational standpoint.
You see, he nods at that and he goes, well thought. I'll reach out to a center. I'll also reach out to the School of the Stormfist. I trained there for a while myself. And maybe see if the University of Hector will send some of their own wizards over to discreetly train our troops. Or at least those that show promise into becoming more than standard foot soldiers.
Crash is going to kind of lean into Callie and Belric and bring up
the Suvia forest is full of beast, monster, and dinosaur. Things that would be more than willing to protect their homeland with the right guidance from the right druids. Should this be something they bring up to the council, or do you still find the Suvia forest too nascent for any such defense to be committed?
My understanding is that the sanctuary is in some sense independent of the leadership of Kata. So the forest protects itself. The Khatans protect themselves. There's no understanding of military aid between the two. So no, I would not offer the sanctuary's aid.
In that case, what about, instead of full aid, more beasts, such as wolves, dogs, things that are more trained or trainable? Anything of that could be tossed out to her? Nothing at all.
I can only control bear, and one bear at a time at that. I wouldn't be able to call upon nature, especially over Hira, protection in this area. There's some powerful enough that can, but it is an eye.
Yeah, Crash would nod to both of you, and after the hushed whisper between those the dose of 3. He shan't speak up again for the council.
You see Velnu does pipe up, and he goes, well, my liege, the renegades, as they were going through and burning carrying ships for, their siding with the enemy during the war, they've gotten an accord with the carrier. Well, they've started the beginnings of an accord. We may be able to, let's say, get some war reparations from a carrier from the damages we've undertook. If someone is willing to negotiate it. I was planning on going myself or sending the renegades, but this could be a good effort to help aid in you and Will's plan to train up troops, since we'll need some funds as well that are not earmarked. Icarius kind of owes us a bit after their blockade.
Well, as you understand, we are stretched a little thin as of late with the rebuilding, but if you command it, my lord, then I suppose we are obliged.
You see the Baron kind of pauses for a moment and goes, I would not command it, but you have had a deft hand at negotiations in the past. I have a bit more confidence in you negotiating a proper deal with the Icarians. And Velda, I mean, no offense to your renegades, but their deals usually are done at sword hand. If you all have the time for it, I would appreciate you looking into it. But I know that the duties of ruling a land are never short, and the problems never cease.
Of course.
And this would be a potential group downtime activity that you guys could undertake. So if you guys decide to go after it, you all would be representing for the negotiations with the Icarians, seeing if you kind of extort some funds out of them after they back the Giants of Taish at wise bidding. Otherwise, the Renegades and Velnu will take care of it.
Sorry, can you just refresh me on who the Icarians are? Like where?
Oh yeah, definitely. They are the city of Icarius up here.
Okay.
They are kind of the city beneath the waves. They were the ones who ships blockaded Kata, and you guys had to break through the blockade.
Who got fish people?
Yeah.
What can you tell us a little bit? Just like a 2-sentence, like who are they? Where do they come from? Like.
Oh yeah, definitely. So they pretty much a cotton city, but they're kind of almost in and out of the republic. They are beneath the waves. They were once kind of an island, kind of situated like normal, filled with humans and other species. But the goddess of the sea, Y, felt offended. They offended her in some way, and she sank the city. But then, as the city was starting to sink beneath the waters, they continued to pray to her and kind of worship and feed into her ego. So she decided to allow them to breathe underneath the water, turning them into fish-like people.
Are they under the water?
Yeah, so the city's kind of like partially above and underwater.
Okay.
I love them so much because of their token art, but also because they give me real Lovecraftian vibes. Any like semi-Atlantis, like full-on fish people, they always remind me of Innsmouth. I love it.
Will, if you had pissed off Wise just a little bit more, we might have turned into fish people too.
Good lord.
Yet another one of the gods' great blessings. Will said with murderous intent.
And you see kind of the Baron goes, well, I won't make you decide here. Otherwise, rebuilding seems to be progressing well across all fronts. Lord Offen let me know that his troops were able to establish a dock and a teleportation circle. And you guys have progressed well in forming your defenses and reforming the layout of your cities. I just wanted a moment to connect with the lords and ladies of this land to make sure that we are all abreast of the key issues. With now the Reaver threat, as well as us needing to find more elite forces to back us. We'll continue to progress on that side. But before we adjourn, is there anything else either the lords or Gavels would like to add?
I have some contacts among the Seekers of Notitia I could reach out to in the interest of searching for elites that might be able to join us. Especially since there is one of their libraries is here in Kata City, and I be in the interest of the Seekers to keep Kata safe from threats as well, and keep that library safe.
So they would definitely hook you up with kind of research on elites that you could find. Notitia stays completely out of world wars and politics, so she would not like provide any troops or directly. She kind of give you like pretty much like hook you up with like news around the world, pretty much, or then directly kind of help seeking troops.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah, I'll mention that is something I will try to find the time to do some research into.
Could I? Seems too small, but could I donate a T-Rex to their war efforts?
I don't think anyone's ever said a T-Rex is too small before.
So I cut out for a second. I'm not sure if I heard.
I'm not stuttering, but I heard it. I do.
Belric would elbow Callie. What are you doing? You saw the help that the T-Rex did with us.
Before she even says it, she's like taking out the summoning item, and you see
Belric would just
see her
shout like elbow.
Stop
what
her.
are you doing? Come on, you need that.
Cool. But I was also thinking, like, I don't know. This is something we haven't discussed yet as a group. I don't know if we need to take our troops to Dosa.
I don't know.
No, that'd be completely up to you guys.
So I am tempted to offer the arboreal troop, but this is Brooklyn. Do we know like how long of an offensive they're expecting?
For you said offensive? Oh no, for the elites, he's just trying to burgeon the defense. He's just trying to build defenses on that side. So he just kind of needs more like
okay.
For in-game terms, high-level people that can kind of be around to help with things going down. So yeah, you can definitely leave the abort. Your troops would definitely be useful on that side.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In terms of just like the downtime, would this? You mentioned it would be a group downtime activity. Would that be like one of the month-long ones? Would that be replacing?
No, this would be
or is that a 1 week one?
Yeah, replacing the week piece. With that, he will adjourn the council, and kind of leading into that for downtime pieces. Yeah, you do have like, well, if you wanted to pursue any group downtime, I'm pretty sure you won't go for one of them at least. But you do have 3 options on the table right now if you did want to go for any of them. You've got the war reparations from Macarius, Domino's investment opportunity, and then hunting the former Baron. Kind of 3 things that could be potentially done as group downtime. Otherwise, you can kind of pursue your own downtime interest, retraining, anything else you'd like to do.
How many more weeks of downtime do we have, actually?
This will be your second of 3.
second for 3.
Hunting the former Baron. What does that entail?
Because
No,
last time you
sorry.
guys saw the Baron Kessie Royce, he was a revenant in the ethereal plane when Bear fell.
Yeah,
He's
this is
Yeah.
vengeance for Bear.
Okay.
He got better.
Got better, somewhat. He's a mutant. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like Belric would be geared towards that, but he also understands like what's best for the gavel. So he wouldn't even like he would just make it known. I would love to hunt down the Baron, but since Bear's back, like it's not like his main objective or main priority. So that would be his vote, though, if we are to do a group one.
Did Velnu say if there's anything in it for us if we help with the negotiations, or for anything for Asuvia specifically?
So it would secure you guys. You'd kind of be like a reward piece. You wouldn't get funds for it, but you would get about 6,000 in gold.
All those things do sound like a valuable use of time, but I also got some access to new spells recently. So I very much would like to use my time to retrain.
I mean, I have a 9-item list of things that Wisteria would do on her own in downtime, so I can definitely make use of them.
I had downtime plans, but then Impossible Magic came out,
So-
and now those have changed to
So
retraining.
what do
some
we do with the
feats.
money that we just got? Didn't we just get 13,000?
Oh, and one thing, you guys will need to spend 100 of the gold, 100 of some gold, to repair the balancing act. But outside of that, that's the only thing you have to spend money on.
I'm pulling up my my downtime little page that I have. Hold on. Oh, this is the wrong document. Oops. Hold on.
I still
Where's
have
the Pandemonium?
I have one training to do still for a week downtime. So I'm good training.
As you guys look at that, I'll just give you some additional. So yeah, it's the reparations from Icaria. Fairly simple. Gold. Gonna getting some additional money to Kata as a whole to help kind of with the rebuilding efforts, as well as kind of hopefully training and recruiting Cotton soldiers. Tomino's investment, he gave you the pitch, 10,000 gold, as well as half funding for the gavels in Kata or Asuvia. The hunting the former Baron, vengeance for Bear, as well as he knows who killed him.
What would killing the Baron yield us? Just vengeance?
That'd be removal of a threat.
It's both a literal threat, but also like a political threat with that, if word gets out about what our Baron did.
Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't think of just till now.
Oh yeah.
Killing one's own father is something Wisteria has been grappling with recently in a weird parallel.
Mm-mm. I do really want that those spells. Ugh. I imagine some of these things will be ongoing things that we can do anytime, and then some of these things are going to be only available right now.
Exactly.
I don't
You
think
said
the
we had-
negotiations, as much as I would like to do them, are high enough on the priority list of any of the other things that Wisteria's interested in doing. So I think it's either hunting the former Baron or individual downtime.
I mean, I'm fine with individual if that's what you guys want. I mean, that's just Belric would just, I mean, obviously be drawn towards it again, but he wouldn't be like adamantly. He would understand if you guys need to do your separate things. This could be on the table in future weeks as well.
Crush would be more so for individual, mostly because he is still like hard prepping for DOSA.
I'll go for Baron for the political threat that Wisteria brings up.
Mhm.
But
So we got one downtime, one or two Baron. Will Wisteria, where you weighing in?
Ugh.
I mean, if I can't kill my father, I might as well kill somebody else's.
That's what we
Let's
here in the Gavel of
go.
Evacera do best. We kill dads.
Kill dads.
Well, it's a renegade who killed him first. We're just gonna kill him again.
Yeah. That's true. We didn't do that.
To be fair, one of the members of the Gavel did argue towards killing that dad early on.
I'm imagining like game show, like crowd shout, "Kill that dad!"
Oh, something I do want to establish. This doesn't need any mechanical value or anything like that, or even a scene, but Crash will host that charity event for probably the widows and orphans of the war down in Lighthouse City Gavel card game tournament. Get some free cards, run some hands, prize pool of 50 gold. Crash will spend 50 gold on it and then donate another 50 gold to it, to the charity itself. So I'm going to mark off 150 gold.
Yeah, and definitely in hosting it at Lighthouse City, Oppo is definitely the spot to do it. Like Oppo is probably like the least hurt. I mean, it was pretty much just like frozen in time by the demons. So it is still. It took a while to get everything back going, shipping and all that flowing, but it is recovered the fastest of the cities. So you're definitely able to kind of host a good game there and raise some money for the war, for those harmed by the war.
Yippee! And goes out saying, Crash would have invited A, Gavels, and B, Lighthouse himself to the event.
Lighthouse would definitely attend, as he's still. You see, he's a little bit more confident now, but still very much a young college kid, fish out of his element as he's trying to take over the lordship there. But
I definitely would have been.
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say I was gonna attend. That's all.
So we're down to 10 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll leave you guys a chance, because it sounds like I think we're down to the Baron, but I'll give you guys a chance to kind of talk that through in between sessions. What we're going to do wrap up for with today is you all kind of get back into the groove, get back to your Asuvia, that is a nation kind of on the rebuild. You guys have a ridiculous amount of gold right now to be able to spend towards rebuilding and starting to kind of just lay out the foundation, or you've already laid out some of the foundations, but let's start to build the essence of the city. What do you guys do with your second month of downtime now that you have some money to spend? You still don't, I mean, you've got 4 of the 3 required funds to kind of get the city off the ground. You still need some fame or some great deed or some great call to action that calls both the former residents and new residents to come back and make Asuvia their home after Conda was leveled to the ground and many of its inhabitants slain. But right now you've got money, and you guys are a talented bunch. What do you all build with that second month?
Well, I believe we voted on the noble hunt option that was presented.
Well, that's your activity, but this is kind of just like directing. What do you all put into place in the Asuvia?
My vote is either a medical school or hospital itself. I feel like that most represents the Gavels and kind of our skill sets, as every Gavel right now and in the past had some form of healing.
And there's probably a lot of like field medics and other doctors that were doing a lot of work during the war, and now are
like a medical school would seem to like draw the right sorts of people too, right?
You guys definitely kind of build a hospital that's both a teaching school and a hospital.
I mean, Wisteria is certainly on board for that.
Yeah, Crush would be as well.
Something Will wants to do is try to further establish the Vox Populi here in the city and tell them about Tomino and tell them to keep a very close eye on them. On him.
Wasn't he just on your ship right now, held prisoner by Beshit?
I think that was only, while we were going to meet. I think after we get back, I think he can be allowed to leave the ship. At least that's my assumption. Correct me if someone else has a different idea.
That's the question. What do you? I mean, there's a month going by. What do you all do with Tomino? Yeah, I guess it comes to a head now. Do you free him? Do you try to hold a trial for him? Do you give him to Cordinia, Moklin? What do you do?
Not my problem.
Maybe not your
I
problem.
mean, we do owe one a sacrifice.
Will offer to take care of it for Wisteria, so she is not going to be involved in any decisions regarding Tomino.
All right. I think Will would sort of, even though we can't spend the time to recover his fortune, I think Will would sort of try to get him to just remain here in Asuvia and start. He would essentially have to start over, or maybe maybe we'll go back and do that other thing later, if there's still time later. Although I'm still gonna have the same dilemma next week.
I would say, because he would say, "Are you holding me prisoner? Am I allowed to leave? If so, I'd like to make my way. I'm allowed to leave, I'd like make my way to Kata City. I'm sure there's some enterprising people that know an opportunity when they see one."
I don't think we can let this guy leave.
I would say that I would be actually in favor of letting him leave, but specifically because I have spies watching him to make sure he doesn't do anything too shady. Although I would encourage him to stay in Asuvia, I think, but it's like a half-built city, so how much can he actually do here? I don't know.
I will tell everybody.
Should we have sent this dude to hell?
Which way are you taking that? Which way are you taking
it? Go ahead, Wisteria. I shan't.
Tomino is going to try to convince somebody to name something after him. And we should not honor that request.
Especially not when he hasn't done anything yet. Earn some favor first. What do you mean? Do something.
We are not holding him prisoner. He's just in processing.
We could honestly take away all equipment and throw him deep into the Yasuvian forest to build up some actual survival.
That's how that would go.
That just seems like another way to murder him.
It's not directly. It's more indirect that way.
Hey, listen. Think about it this way: if he is in the center of Kata, he's not around to annoy us.
I feel like he'd help the people who put a bounty on us. I'm gonna.
He loves his daughter. I mean, he's a dick, but he's not gonna kill his daughter. Trying to make her do what he wants to? Yeah. Murder her? No.
This guy's trouble.
Crash, he may put a bounty on you personally. Strict orders not to harm Wisteria.
Yeah, I want to set him free, but keep an eye on him.
A guy worth this amount of dragon eggs and who has wealth back home. Like, I just feel like we should hold him in processing until we figure out the right move. Versus, like, I don't know. Like, there's something to do. I just don't know what it is right now with him.
And Callista Varia is in favor of having him be tried by any official authority that the Capitals can agree to, not us.
One that can't be bribed.
Is that why he keeps going after Cordinia? Because they're easy to bribe, or because they hate us?
Not because, well, like, probably has an added benefit them hating you. Mowgli and Cordinia have a very big, long trading history.
Oh, okay.
So he thinks the queen will show clemency to him.
Cool.
Tegan, in terms of what we're building, is this like like each individual build something, or do we build this as a
so
group?
kind of similar to how we've done for the other pieces. So like when you kind of build the wall on the other side, so kind of you've got money now, you can start kind of building elements of the city. It sounds like some of you building the hospital. What other pieces would you want? I mean, you don't have people yet outside your guys, the gavels, but you've got like the money to start building the infrastructure.
I think Will wants to. This is not physically building, but he wants to start a new chapter of the Vox Populi here. That may involve. I don't know if he's high enough in the organization to be training new people to be the Vox Populi, but at the very least, we would like to encourage people. Like, this is a new. Sorry, done stabbed myself. This is a place that has a lot of potential for change because it is being rebuilt, and that means that there could be a lot of influence that they would have here.
Yeah, I think it's kind of. I mean, you need some people in, but you could definitely kind of put the call out to the other Vox Populi and let them know you're starting kind of a chapter here. But you wouldn't be able to train anybody till you guys get people in fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard some of the lords of Vesuvia had some like dealings with Infernals or something. Maybe Vox Populi should look into that.
I heard. I think at the last place we were, there was a throne. I think what Balric wants to build is a very firm, sturdy round table to ensure that Vesuvia is never. There's never one person in charge of Vesuvia, but it's more so a group of people. So he would use like Bear to drag the most exotic granite that they had found amongst the runes, and to help build and craft the table.
Nice.
Oh, and I also just remembered that I owe a lady a church.
Luckily that's Kata's or the Barons and Kata's. So I should have mentioned that, but you would see construction starting on that church within Kata City.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So you're able to start building kind of this magnificent table. One of the things you guys don't have, though, I mean, you guys have money now for it. You don't have a keep or castle or.
Where am I building the table in? I had assumed we had something like that.
You guys have been living out of the Balancing Act so far, but this could be a perfect time to establish what your headquarters will look like. You've got a ungodly amount of wealth at the moment. You can build a solid key.
I think that's the kind of thing we have to decide that at a time that is not the end of a session. That's going to take more time.
Yeah, that might be a good between session sort of.
Yes, because I'm in question of whether or not we actually build a keep or basically have ourselves as a little, like, our main thing being a little mobile headquarters, like a proper big ship.
Like build like a new ship.
What was in place in Vesuvia prior? Whatever it was called prior. Was there like
it was Kanda before, and there was a kind of a castle on that side, and that's kind of usually there was a standard tradition for kind of most, actually, not even just Kata, most of the lords on that side. They usually build a castle, a walled castle within their walled city in case they are under siege, to be able to have a place for the people to congregate and then the walls to protect them. But you guys, this is your city, so you all build whatever cost you. I do like giving you all some time between sessions on that side. So let me say, I think we're all agreed you're building some type of headquarters. Is that pretty fair?
We're gonna need some kind of defensive place to prevent Reaver invasions now.
I just say a proper like shipyard or docks or like shipbuilding facilities or something could be pretty useful.
All right. So it sounds like a hospital, some type of headquarters, and then shipbuilding docks. So you guys have docks or more a port right now for kind of like ships incoming and out, but for building new ships, you guys don't have anything on that side. So that would be a good fit on that as well. Is there anything else? Because there's what's that? 3 things? Yep, 3 things. Is there anything else that comes to mind?
Yeah. So, as Chris reminded me, Maria keeps bringing up justice and trials. A courthouse would be nice for the Gabbles city.
Okay. So you guys could build a courthouse as well. You have one more kind of big thing that you guys could build. And this is another one. Well, do you all have anything in mind? I'll give a thought to a type of thing. Otherwise,
I have, no ideas, but maybe something that's like a naval defense system, or that's just an idea. I still haven't thought through what kind of defense.
Yeah.
My recommendation was actually going to be that magic academy we need to build.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask how common are schools for commoners, particularly like common children?
Depends kind of where you're at. So Kata, not really much for commoners. In the past, certain areas of Fessia, they do have kind of schooling systems. Ironically, the first nation to develop free public school, Moklin, because they found that an educated populace works better, or a slightly educated populace works better for you to be able to work in your factories and other things. That they can read, write, and understand basic arithmetic. They work better in a factory. In Codinia, Ateria, and some of the other Messia, the other larger nations followed suit. But some of the smaller nations like the Fessia and some of the other small ones haven't adopted it completely. So in Kata, it wasn't really a thing. Spots of Fessia, it was.
The only other thing I was trying to think of is something related to the Asuvian Forest, since we have 2 party members who are kind of attached to that place. But like that whole everything going on with her is kind of antithetical to building in general. So is, I don't know, like a tourism facility or something.
Firewatch tower.
Yeah.
The only other thing I would add, and definitely go with your guys' own suggestions, is what type of industry do you all imagine for your city? Laying the groundwork for that could be good as well.
Like 100%, I feel like we're a group who's going to be mainly producing as an industry, like various medicines, chips, and like consumable goods.
So, I mean, a factory potentially?
It's hard to say something like a factory because we're right next to the Asuvian Forest. I think that'd be
Yeah, I was going to say anything that like goes off the land would probably be against what Callie and I would be going for, but
like I kind of envision almost like rather than a full-on like industry, almost hunter-gatherers for the Asuvia Forest without like kind of like I forget the word where you can keep doing it without destroying the natural landscape. Renewable, that's
energy, maybe.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
You guys could, I mean, especially with how much you all do crafting, you could try to find like an eco-friendly way to go about it.
Oh hell!
I think for like, if you guys want to build a full, and actually, I should say, what's your guys' vision for Asuvia? Do you want it to be kind of a large city eventually, and as time progresses, or do you want it to be more of kind of like a more hunter-gatherer style
I personally, and anyone can jump in and say otherwise, but I imagine the city is going to be a place of like utter education. A place where if you are a commoner, you can come and learn. You can learn how to read, write, do magic, make medicine, perform medicine, or even be basically go out into the forest and just figure out how to survive. Like we would be a place where it's just unbridled education, knowledge without limit. I say that mostly as a player who's been with the Gabbles for a while. Less of Crash, but that's just my kind of vision. I'd imagine
That is
for
cool.
it.
I think
Thinking-
that actually I like that idea very much. I think I do kind of like the idea of being like the building the shipyard in the short term.
Yeah.
Because
you guys
to
will need
become
some
a place
faster,
known
but-
for education,
yeah.
you kind of have to already have a lot of money.
Feels like
I think.
like a Boston, you know? Like we're not too big. We're not going to be like a metropolis like Philly or New York, but we're big in education. We're along the ocean. There's some tough guys down there. Boston.
All right.
I mean, I also like how we're pretty centralized and have sea access to many other nations and can start setting up, some trade via sea. As long as we can deal with the reavers nearby, but like Mokulin and Dosa is known for their ships, but Get Ready World, Asuvian ships are going to be top notch. Everyone's going to want one.
I like it.
So it sounds like kind of a key industries, shipbuilding, education for free,
And
anything else
medicine,
going out to yeah.
like
Wait.
medicine production or
Hold on. Did we do education for free?
Free education? Hold on, guys.
That's what I think Crash and Will said.
Socially.
Well, I said for the common folk.
I
Well,
feel
I
I
they're
assume
not in
common
a-
folk means free.
Maybe the elite.
No, I'm in favor of free education for the locals, but if people are, especially like
Yes.
other nobles, are sending their
I
You know,
yeah,
Gotta
I
get
was
that out-of-state
uh,
tuition going.
here.
Gotta get that out.
Yeah,
In-state
we
tuition.
need-
In-state tuition. Free in-state.
I think we were talking about like,
Yes,
education for like the
perfect.
children as they grow versus education for like at a university level or a college. I guess it would be
But-
college first, like a university
Yeah.
requires like.
So I had an idea that kind of plays into this, that it's more of like a potential like long-term like post-campaign retirement thing, but setting the ground lines early. Free education and free hospital services. But if you make use of either of these and Wisteria through research discovers that you are able to afford it and could have donated and you didn't donate, she's going to go get that money in other ways from you. So
Damn, we have the IRS.
Mafia.
like steal from the rich. If they don't choose to pay, they're going to pay one way and get a reputation of like, it's free, but if you can't afford it, you should donate. Otherwise, there will be consequences. So, I mean, I don't think that's something that would, she's going to be adventuring for a while, not able to do that, but like, and then maybe getting like a guild of thieves who help make that happen. But again, the long-term kind of like post-campaign retirement idea that.
That does kind of make me think of the Vox Populi, though, of like, all right, we have this set up for the commoners to help everyone out. Oh yes, this rich man's trying to get away with not paying when he could. Break his kneecaps, grab his pennies.
The Vox Populi style is more like, oh, you don't want to pay? Well, suddenly there's a nasty rumor spreading around about you, about your strange proclivities that you keep hidden behind closed doors.
But I'm like the idea of everything being free, as much as we're able to sustain it that way.
So it sounds like ships and medicine going to be the key industry pieces. We're going to build some type of headquarters, shipbuilding yards, the hospital, a courtroom, and then I think those are the key pieces on that side, and then a really nice table once you get the headquarters as well. I think that's. Oh no, I got distracted. You still never said what you're doing, Tomino. You still.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing with them.
I kind of feel like that's something we also need to
We'll
decide
make some time.
between
decide, yeah.
sessions because
I think
Okay, so
I
you
think
guys-
for now we should keep him. I think Callie was saying like he's not a prisoner, but he's being. What did you say? It sounded more elegant than a prisoner.
Processed.
He's being processed. Yes.
He will ask you, like, it's just you. Like, you rule the land. You're processing.
We'll deflect to like the Lords of Kata, and this is out of our hands.
I mean, Wistaria's already got like stacks.
We're
bylaws
still
for
we're-
our city.
We're still establishing our own government. Yeah, we're still establishing our own
government.
government, so we're going by cotton rules, and you're being processed. And we
Perfect.
would
So
make
it sounds like
Peshnik
the
tell
group
him.
agrees to keep him within the city with being processed as you all build your own laws to process. Everybody agree?
Sure.
We're all looking to Wisteria for acknowledgement and never get it. Yeah, I think we're good.
I said Will did say he's owning this piece now.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right. So yeah, under heavy protest, Tomino, since he really can't escape himself, will stay as you all are processing him. That is where we'll wrap up for today's session. So next time we will dive into what you all want to do for your downtime, whether you want to pursue your own tree trainings or hunt the Baron, as well as the second rebuilding effort, which would be it would definitely be shorter than the Reaver one. So this one's going to be fairly easy as you all go into the noble hunt and decide nobles you want to invite, how you want to show off the splendor of Asuvia, how you want to have them convinced to send kind of broadcast the name of Asuvia and the Gavels out to hopefully start enticing people to come to this rebuilt city that was in ruins, earning or potentially earning a half fame needed to complete the rebuilding efforts. So we'll pick up next week. I think everybody's in. So we'll dive back in that side, figure out what you want to do for the downtime, get into the exactly what you all built. I'm curious to see what you all are thinking for your headquarters on that side for this newfound nation. And we'll pick up next Thursday. So everybody.